I'd love to say thanks to the fans for the way that we've been the last month, would you say, really? It just seems to have off the level, really. So this really is the idea, is just to say thanks and basically take it from now, but have a chat and discussion. There's three of the lads here, Gaffer, who Carl was one of them, who instigated the West Brom meet and greet idea, so that was who that.
Thanks, Carl, because that was a real... The players got a little bit shocked, but we all got because after the performance against Swansea, that there was a little bit of a not bad feeling, but they were feeling low, and obviously the players coming in, the first thing they mentioned in the dressing room was that feel-good factor, and they were ready, and that's so important because we are all here together, and the differences are going to be minimal from now to the end of the season. We need to be the best football club out of the five that they are fighting to get out. So I thank you for that, because it really made the right approach to the game. Then whatever happens in the games, there are the aspects that they influence, but the way you start is very, very important. Were you all at Anfield? Did you all go?
Yes.
No?
Yeah. I saw you having a bit of a dispute with Dalglish.
Yeah.
What was that all about? What was that all about?
It was
He's a scouser. Let's go.
No, to be fair, he wanted to win. If there was any doubt, they really wanted to win.
I know, we're kicking the ball out your hands a bit.
I know, but it wasn't easy. It started before. You remember James McArthur's, when Jay Spearing challenged James McArthur?
Yeah.
That's where...
He didn't seem to like every time we got a free kick. It was when that started. He didn't seem to like that. So
yes.
I think the one where we got the goal from, was it Burgess, where he got that free kick from the rest of the side. Yeah. He didn't seem to like that.
I think we've seen it time after time when you got as Wigan going into the Old Trafford, Anfield, and these places, you never get anything from the referees. And to be fair, it's the first time that I saw a fair referee. It was not that we got anything. We got something that we deserved. But Lee Mason probably is the first time I've seen a referee that he wasn't affected by the atmosphere. He wasn't affected by who he was refereeing, and he was just very straight. It was the first time I've seen. We've been given this.
The cop was very quiet that day. It was very quiet.
I thought the way we kept the ball.
Just lucky it wasn't Phil Dowd refereeing then, too. But
anyway.
The Euros come out in the press recently though, saying big teams get preference, don't they? Is it the Euros?
Yes. Yeah. You've seen us play for many years now, and I'm not saying that they do it on purpose, but as a referee, you're a human being. If you're in front of 70,000 people, knowing that if you get it wrong, you're going to be harder to take that.
I think the Emirates was always the worst one. Was 1-0 up at Arsenal, and the referee made sure we only had 10 on the pitch, and that Arsenal scored 2 offside goals.
Yes, that was. What was that? Was that? No, it wasn't Phil Dowd. It was
Phil Dowd. Yeah, Phil Dowd.
It's always Phil Dowd. You saw it at Old Trafford this year.
No, we're going to take points off United this year, definitely.
We have to. I
think the only threat this year is Arsenal, in all fairness.
They're playing well at home,
They wanted to catch Tottenham, don't they?
Yes.
They want to beat Tottenham.
Chelsea that'll be difficult, but obviously they got 3 games in that period. They play Monday, they playing Wednesday against Benfica. So it's a good time to play them. It'll be a difficult one. But obviously the Man United game at home for us is a huge game.
Yeah.
Stoke is a huge game for different reasons, because the style that they're going to bring is difficult to play against. And then you got obviously the other 2 home games, which is Newcastle and Wolves. They are games that we have to keep the nerve, but they are away games. We have to make them away games.
Do you think that'll help? Because in my observations over the last sort of couple of years, it's the, for want of a better phrase, the shit or bus games where we really deliver, and the harder games where we really deliver. And I just think this is the time where, because you're in for a battle against Stoke, that the complacency of going to Anfield and doing really well just won't be there, because you know that if you relax for a second, then I think that'll really help this time.
It is, but you need to remember that we're playing against a side that they got real good individuals. Before, like 3 years ago, Stoke were very strong, aggressive, and they relied on set plays. Now they've got that, but then on top you got someone like Peter Crouch that he can score out of nothing, and you look at the goal they scored at
Manchester. Watching match of the
Do you think that was a cross?
No, there was nobody there.
He meant it.
It's
true, if he tried 10 times, he'll score probably once. But it meant it.
We start a new ratio next week, so this week, so it's fine.
It's something about scoring goal of the season against Man City, because I'm sure Wayne really did it last season, didn't he, against Man City?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I hope you're right that Peter Crouch now starts from scratch. He looks a confident player to me to try that.
One of our players got goal this season, and that wasn't against.
Did he mean
that? Crouch's lamppost just aim for and hopes it goes in the right direction once you hit it.
Only us and Arsenal was one at Anfield, so I don't think we should be afraid of anybody.
True.
Me personally, I mean, rather than the Man United game, I've said it struggled.
Yes. No, you're right. You're right because
Man United have lost the battle in this season. So
get back-to-back wins, then the atmosphere throughout everybody will just.
Yes.
Everybody will brilliant.
But we need to know as well that we got 8 games, and I think we need to control. Like the game we played against West Brom, that's as much as we can do as a football club and as a team to win a football game. And you don't get the 3 points. You shouldn't get 2 down, because if we play like that over 8 games, you're going to get enough points. Remember that we need 10 points now between us. We need 10 points. 35 points will be enough. 10 points means 3 wins and a draw. If you're looking at Blackburn game and Wolves game, we could easily go just with 1 win from now till the last 2 games of the season.
Don't do that.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, even that way, we can get our points. So we can't get too low, whatever happens. We need to just be positive and keep pushing our luck to come our way. Because you look at the performance, since Everton, we've been in a very, very, very good level. Forget about Swansea, because we couldn't perform. I see. If I show you the fitness stats, the players was unfair. They couldn't. Physically, they couldn't perform. But Everton, Bolton, that we got the win. Aston Villa, Norwich, West Brom, and Liverpool. That's the most consistent we've been since we've been in the Premier League. Probably when we got promoted in the first season, we had a period early on that the momentum carried us through. But since then, we've never been consistent enough to be very good in 6 games on a trot. Never. And if we can get the back-to-back wins and all of a sudden you get a bit of luck and confidence, and you don't have to play well to win games, and that creates a real good.
We talked about this before the Blackburn game, and we're describing the snowball effect, that the mental baggage.
Yes.
You know, exactly what you're saying there. The mental baggage the opposite way. You know, working for you rather than against you.
Well, you're looking at Blackburn. Blackburn, in their minds, they won back-to-back games, and they were safe in their eyes. They say, okay, we're going to go into Liverpool, that's a defeat. We're going to Bolton, if we get just a draw. They were safe. Now all of a sudden we're going to beat Liverpool. And then psychologically to get over that, it's going to be tough. Very, very tough.
You always knew Bolton was going to win that game, though, didn't you?
Because of what happened, yeah.
Oh, do you think Villa can get dragged into it as
Well,
well?
in calculations, they need 1 point. 1 point over the next year. Goal difference would be enough. So, can it happen?
Terrible running though.
Yeah, they're playing Chelsea now. They got Bolton at home.
Alex McLeish has got form now, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's good at relegating teams. Go back to the Swansea match, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
You said fitness. There's nothing to do with it, because it was a strange match. We come from good form to a match that first half. I sat and it was almost like it was watching Wigan play football. There's rumours that there was a disciplinary element to that first half team selection. Is that true, or was it fitness?
No. It was fitness. If I could make another 2 changes to the team that started, I would have done, because Antolin Alcaraz and Mino Figueroa landed in Manchester at 6 p.m. on Friday. We can make after the feel-good factor that we had after the first Everton performance, Bolton performance, and Aston Villa performance. We wanted to keep the squad or the team as many as we had available. Victor went to play for Nigeria in Rwanda. Comes back. It's not just the physical element of the travelling and coming back. It's mentally to making the debut for your nation, and there's been a lot of thought behind it. Should have represented England, should have represented Nigeria. So he was absolutely. If you saw him when he came on, he had 10 minutes that he was electric, and then all of a sudden it's just, and that's where you are physically drained. And as a team, when you play against Swansea are a very patient team, a very, very good team in getting you frustrated because I started that.
It's your fault.
We used to go to grounds. I used to tell them, look, for 30 minutes we're not going to try to score, we're going to try to keep the ball. And the players got that momentum and they can keep the ball forever without going anywhere. But what they're doing is they're getting the whole crowd frustrated, they're getting the players running, chasing shadows, and all of a sudden then he opens the spaces and then you can go the last 15 minutes to win the game. So the way we set up, we stopped them from playing. They couldn't play from the back, or because we were so tired, we couldn't keep the ball. So then we end up giving them the ball back. So we are chasing, getting the ball back, giving it back, and we chase it back, and we couldn't sustain it. And even then, it was just an outstanding shot from outside the box, and then they get the man sent off. So nothing went our way because we never forced it to go our way because physically we couldn't cope, and it was very, very unfair on the players.
Is that always going to be a problem for us, though, with relatively having such a small squad, I guess, of players who you put in the first team, when other clubs can bring in other players? Is it always going to be a problem for us then?
No, I don't think. Well, if you compare ourselves to the top 6, I would say yes, we're not going to be as big in terms of numbers. If you look at ourselves now compared to other squads, we got probably 2 players per position. If you look at the James McCarthy and James McArthur in midfield, you still got Momo Diame, Ben Watson, even Henry Thomas, David Jones in that position. Then you got up front, you've been having Sean Maloney, to Franco Di Santo, Connor Salmon, Hugo Rodallega, Victor Moses, Albert Cruzat, and Jordi Gomez. So we have
Caldwell to do.
Probably we should play him there. The composure he showed.
The funniest part about that is the fact that Carroll's in a defensive position and Caldwell's in an attacking position.
And Rayner just watched, you know.
Yeah.
True.
I just thought it was brilliant way he took it off his left onto his right and literally like took the mid by tapping it in.
But that's what he said after the game. He said, I had to cut back because I can't strike it with the left.
Yeah.
It looked fantastic. So don't say that. Don't tell that to anyone.
He looked
fantastic.